Welcome to the Content Amplified podcast, brought to you by Masset. Our goal is to help you get more from your marketing content. Each episode is a 10 to 15 minute interview with industry experts that share amazing insights to help you squeeze as much juice from your content as you possibly can. Here's today's interview.
Welcome back to another episode of Content Amplified. Today I'm joined by Chris Wilson. Chris, how are you doing?
I'm great, Ben. How are you?
Doing well. Chris, thanks for taking the time today.
Yeah, you bet. Happy to be here.
Love it. Well, Chris, before we get started, and I'm really excited for today's subject, maybe if you could take a couple seconds and introduce yourself, your backgrounds, what you're really passionate about. I think that'll really set the stage for the discussion today.
Yeah, you bet. So I've been building and leading high-impact teams in software and financial services for over 25 years now, with about 20 years in banking and payments. To build high-impact teams, let's define that a little bit. I hold my teams accountable to take each strategy, initiative, or individual motion and think far enough downstream to ensure that we have a positive impact all the way to the end consumer, attain our goals, and then make the world a little better as we go. A lean methodology we've adopted that I use as my own mantra as well is ask the 5 whys. Now that process is where you ask why 5 times. It's designed to help you get to the level of depth needed to address concerns. That world-improving long-term mindset has been my own North Star throughout my career.
I love it. That's perfect.
Yeah, for me, within our partner growth and sales teams at MX, I lead our referral partner program, including go-to-market, partner relationship management, as well as a team of managing directors responsible for growth with clients of our sell with partners, where we have a joint sales motion and marketing motion, literally selling with these partners. It's been fantastic building a partner relationship management and sales engagement team that makes such an impact through our partners at scale, as the MX mission is to empower the world to be financially strong. Also, I'm going to get a plug in. At MX, we have the benefit of working closely with some of the most talented and experienced content marketers, I think, on the planet. These are leaders and strategists in fintech, and we've got a great content engine here at MX.
I love it. Perfect introduction, and this really sets the stage for the discussion today. Today, we're going to focus on how we can leverage content with partnerships. And I think often we don't focus on this channel of content. I think there's often with marketers, we're focusing on the end consumer, maybe the internal audience, but I do think that this is a channel that really deserves a lot of attention and time. So just to kick it off, Chris, how big of a role does content play when you're working with clients and partners? What does it make an impact? What are your thoughts there?
Ben, what a great question, as it speaks to the real value that content creators and marketers bring when they're in tune with their downstream audiences. The right content is a vital part of every interaction we have with our clients and our partners, especially with how we have to continually evolve our content to deliver the most effective and ideally personalized message to the right audience at the right time. Let's define content here as sales collateral, social media messaging, blogs, podcasts, case studies, testimonials, white papers, and even training intended to help sales and relationship teams frame how our products and services provide value and grow our partners and clients' businesses. And let's face it, the growth aspect is what it's about. The right content in this context has 3 primary outcomes, with the power to confidently reaffirm a relationship as one, second, to protect revenue, with the potential to lead to growth at some point in the future, and third, to directly help partners and clients grow by attracting new prospects or expanding their existing client relationships. Content that doesn't resonate with the intended audience, that doesn't feel personalized, or that leaves partners or clients flat, can lead to clients who look elsewhere. Current market trends in the financial services industry indicate that in the last 6 months, around 50% or half of consumers who have either opened up a new bank account or considered switching financial services providers, with the biggest trends demographically in Gen X and millennials who are in the primary financial growth stages of their careers. That's a huge deal. Think of how many primary, secondary, and tertiary financial relationships you have, from auto loans to student loans, maybe a mortgage, how you have your bill pay set up, where your direct deposit goes, where you're saving for retirement. Most consumers have 15 plus financial services relationships. Some have over twice that, so 30 plus at any given time. For a consumer to consider leaving their primary financial institution, the nexus of their financial lives, either in piecemeal fashion or all at once, means that the trust that was once there hasn't been maintained well. And that is a tremendous opportunity for content creators and marketing to help clients and partners reinvigorate the trust that leads to growth.
I love it. That's really insightful and really impactful. So I guess the next question I would have is how can you really utilize content to build relationships specifically in your role? How big of a role does content play?
Yeah, for sales and marketing, I start by defining the market strategy first for my team as we approach our partners and our clients, then use that strategy to set goals and guide our initiatives and our tactics and identify any actions as well as gaps that we need to bridge, including the types of content that we need to meet our goals. Now, at a more tactical level, as a sales and growth leader with our partners, my team and I just crush it by using our content, the right content, to build relationships in two primary ways. The first being attract and retain for direct and indirect relationships, and the second to grow those relationships. And I'm going to dive into both of those. First off, for attract and retain, we use strategies to focus initially on awareness within a partner or client's market of the products and services that will lead to better outcomes, which in my current role leads to improved financial wellness for consumers. Now, one of the things that you asked me earlier was what I'm passionate about. Financial wellness is right at the top of the list. For me, that leads again thinking all the way downstream from content creators to relationship teams, to the financial wellness of partners, to clients, to their customers and their families and their communities and beyond. So here's a great example of that amazing content creation engine that we have at MX and what they put together. According to a Forbes Health One Poll survey, 38% of participants are prioritizing financial improvement in the new year. But it's not just about increasing wealth. The National Financial Educator Council's Personal Finance and New Year's Resolution Survey shows there's a growing recognition of how financial stability influences other areas of our lives, like at least 73% are looking to increase their emotional health. 52% are looking to increase the stability of their relationships. 41% believe it will help them improve their fitness. Over half are feeling like it's going to help them improve their diet. Packaging a message like this that resonates across all of us as humans in today's world is a great start to a deeper conversation with the potential to lead to growth. For growth strategies, what we use is a set of strategies that we come up with to help partners and clients better understand, first off, their existing customer base's relationships, and then help them uncover ways to grow and expand those relationships, including generating interest and demand that helps their customers improve their lives. So here's another great example, again, from that fantastic content engine at MX, of staying current with the right content in order to help empower customers to achieve their goals. In a recent survey from Rebel, when asked what question is most important to be able to answer when it comes to managing finances, resoundingly consumers put at the top of the list, am I spending more than I should? Second, they ask, how can I cut expenses? Third, how much can I put towards debt or savings? Fourth on the priority list, am I saving enough for retirement? And then last, how am I tracking against my budget? Interestingly, the top question to answer in July 2023 was about how much they could put towards debt or savings. But now, consumers are focused on how much they're spending and how to spend less. These insights provide the insights needed for the content to have relevance within a partner or client's offers. So building that understanding helps the client and the partner really understand their market better. You can read more about the Rebel survey and MX's recommendations in a research report on our MX.com website called How to Keep Consumers from Breaking Up with Banks. This is a great example of how we curate the right content to empower our partners and customers with the talk tracks and recommendations that help them understand what they need in order to grow their relationships. What I find is the right content is the starting point, and personalization is the key where tools, customer data, guidance, relationship development all play their role in helping to expand relationships with existing customers and attract new customers as well.
Perfect. And I love the example. That's definitely something worth checking out. So that's great. So when you're looking at your specific process in your role, how do you measure the impact that content is making in general?
So measurement is so critical for us. It provides the feedback that you can use in so many different ways. I was at a fintech called Fiserv for many years. I worked for many extremely talented executive leaders, one of which ingrained in me a mantra that I use today with my own teams, which is feedback is a gift. Always feedback is a gift. Positive, negative, you've got to take it, use it, and do something with it. Metrics provide insights into how our partners and customers are thinking about their own customers and markets. Then when you take that feedback and apply it to what you need to do. That's what we do. Within sales, the metrics are relatively straightforward. From the amount of revenue retention to revenue growth is viewed by period, such as month over month, quarter over quarter, year over year for our partners and their clients. If a partner or a client is using our content as part of their strategies to retain or grow their own customer relationships, and they're indeed growing, measured by conversions from campaigns and obviously a lift to their bottom line. Maybe they've got an increase in loans, an increase in deposits, whatever they're trying to achieve. And that's a solid indicator for them of our effectiveness as a partner for them and how we help them succeed.
Perfect. I love that. That's super powerful. One final question. The time goes by really quickly on this podcast. So it's always fascinating to get the short bits of information. And this has been so valuable when it comes to how to utilize content. But what are some ways marketing and content teams can empower a team like yours with the content that they produce?
What I find is that there are really three great ways that marketing and content teams can be a powerful enabler for sales and relationship teams. The first thing, you've got to stay in tune with the market. Sales and relationship managers are going to do their own market research, hands down, but they depend on their content creators to provide relevant, current content that will resonate within the partner or client's market. Without it, our jobs are that much harder, as our competitors who have the relevant current content use that unfair advantage to win. My team and I know what good looks like, and we use that to win. Second, you've got to leverage current and evolving technologies like generative AI. As these tools evolve, our content and marketing teams have to evolve their own approach to get the best value, whether it's a faster creative turnaround or more relevant, personalized content that fits a specific market. Using those current tools, because they are tools, and leveraging them to create relevant, personalized content lets you take the advantage that you have and just accentuate it. And third, back to my earlier point on this topic, marketing and content teams should think all the way downstream, not just to a partner or to a client, but down to where the furthest reach of that content could have an impact, the families and the communities that we all likely live in as well. When you approach content in this way, it becomes more resonant. And our sales and relationship management teams have the competitive advantage that they need to succeed in a difficult market. So I'd focus on those three.
That's really cool. I love that. That's really good information. Well, Chris, thank you so much for your time. And thank you for really sharing these insights about exactly what we need and what we can do. If anyone wants to continue the conversation online with you, how can they connect with you?
Yeah, they can reach me on LinkedIn. I am currently at MX, so you'll see me out there helping to empower the world to be financially strong. I'm happy to connect and continue the conversation. One of the things that I would like to leave the audience with is I'm a firm believer that selling is a team sport. Content and marketing teams should be a great partner for their comrades in sales and relationship management, thinking of themselves as part of an extended sales and relationship team, as we all win or we all lose together. So again, shout out to my comrades in marketing and content at MX who truly take that partnership mindset to the next level. And as you generate content, think all the way through to the end, as the impact or recipient may in fact live just next door.
I love that. That's awesome. That's a great way to close this episode. So Chris, thank you so much for the time and the insights. Appreciate you sharing.
Yeah, you bet, Ben. Thank you.
Thank you for listening to the Content Amplified podcast. Please subscribe and leave us a review. And for additional ways to get more out of your content, visit our website at getmasset.com. That's getmasset.com. And tune in next time to the Content Amplified podcast.